Welcome back. We are going to continue on with our review. So you should have both your math packets, and we are going to do day 4 of the grade 3 preview and review. This one where it says day 4, we're going to do that today together. And then you will work on the warm-up packet on your own to get that extra added practice. All right, we'll just jump right on in. Number 1, Salem has 5 boxes of paint jars. Remember, what I do, you do. Each box has the same number. That's a clue. That is a clue, right? Box are clues. His teacher gives him, he's getting more, 6 more paint jars. There's a lot of information. Now he has 41 jars. How many paint jars were in each box? Okay, so how many paint jars does he have? 41. That's our total number. So is it going to get higher? No. So that tells us right away we're not adding or multiplying. We have the total number of paint jars, okay? And we need to find out how many jars were in each box. We have 5 boxes, and there's the same number in each box. So what does that tell you we're going to do? We're going to divide. Exactly. So am I going to divide 41 by 5? I already know I can't do that because anything with 5 ends in a 0 or a 5, right? At the end, he has 41 paint jars. His teacher gave him more. So we're not going to add that. We're going to take that away from that 41 total to see what he had before the teacher gave him some more. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you. We're taking away the 6 because we need to figure out how many he had before the teacher gave him. Then we can get the same number, which is, I can't take 1 away, go next door, get 10 more. 11 minus 6 is 5. So he started off with 35 paint jars, right? Because we take that 6 away from the teacher. Now can we do 35 divided by 5? Because it was the same number, so that's our clue to divide. We can. And you should know from your fact family, 7 times 5 is 35. So 35 divided by 5 is 7. That's one of those questions that you really have to dig deep and think and work slowly, because that was a lot of steps, okay? All right, number 2. Juan has 3 packages of markers. Each package has the same number. His sister gives him 4 more markers. Now he has 28. How many more markers were in each package? This one is very similar to number 1. He ends up with 28 markers. His sister gave him more, so we have to take that away to see how many he started with. Now, each package has the same number, so that tells us we are going to divide by 3. Okay, this problem was very similar. It was pretty much exactly the same, just different numbers in the first one. The reason why we were subtracting, even though she gave him more, because we want to see how many he started off to start with, or how many he had to start with, okay? So hopefully doing that problem after number 1 made a little more sense. And what is the answer? Very good, because 8 times 3 is 24. Knowing your multiplication facts means you know how to divide. So you better start on them, because you cannot use a multiplication chart on. Okay, this is kind of messy question. This table shows the number of bottles Mrs. Green's class recycled each week. The class has a goal of recycling 250 bottles by the end of week 4. How many bottles must they recycle in week 4 to meet that goal? What are we going to do? So they want to get to the total of 250, right? And we need to know what happens in week 4. How are we going to figure out week 4? Correct. We're going to add up week 1, 2, and 3, and then subtract that from 250, and that tells us week 4. I think that says 60. So go ahead and add that up. I always like to do friendly numbers. 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 7. Okay? Now that's how much they got in week 1, 2, and 3. To get week 4, we're going to take that away from 250. Go ahead and start solving that. We should know, add 0, can't take 5 away. Go next door, get 10 more. I have 4, I can't take 7 away, I can't take 7 fingers away. So I have to go next door, get 10 more. So week 4, they need a total of 75, okay? And remember how we did that, 75 up there, color in 7, color in our 5. Okay, number 4, Maria's family set a goal to see how far they could walk in 8 days. Maria walked 2 miles a day for 8 days. Her family walked a total of 57 miles. How many miles did the rest of her family walk? So the family walked a total of 57. So are we going to multiply or add? No, because we have the total number. Okay, so Maria walked 2 miles a day for 8 days. So what are we going to do there? Yep, we are going to multiply 2 times 8 and get, yep, 16. Now that's how many miles Maria walked. The family walked a total, including Maria, 50, or not including Maria, 57. So what are we going to do? I am going to take that 57 because that's everybody's, including Maria, and I'm going to take her 16 away because we want to know how many miles the other part of the family walked. And we would get 41. Okay. Amy's teacher made a bar graph to show the number of school lunches bought over a 5-day period by her class. How many more lunches were bought on Friday rather than on Tuesday and Thursday combined? I remember doing this. Remember what we did? We wrote the numbers underneath. So Friday they bought, it's in the middle, so how many is that? 13. And it says Tuesday and Thursday combined. So what would we do? Yeah, you remember. We take Tuesday and add it to Thursday, and we get 12. Okay, but the question is asking how many more, and that always tells us we subtract. So we would get A. All right, 5 more to go. Lucy, now again, you can always solve these and then watch the video to check back if you'd rather do it that way. Lucy made a bar graph to show her classmates' favorite kind of movies. How many more students chose scary movies than cartoon movies? Scary movies, it's in between 6 and 8, so that would be 7, right? Cartoon is between 2 and 4, so that would be 3. And how many more tells us we subtract? And we color in bubble 4. A third grade class made a picture graph to show the number of students who play football after school. This is the key to their picture graph. 2 students equals 1 football. How many students does what stand for? So how many students is this? Well, if each one is 2, a half would be 1, right? And it says, how many does it stand for? How many? Easy. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. What is the distance from 0 to A? We have to figure out what is the fraction of the number line. Well, let's count how many parts there are so we can get our denominator. Remember, each question is different, so you have to think about each one differently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what's our denominator? There's 8 pieces all together, and this one is 1 8, 2 8s, 3 8. You don't have to label it like this. I'm just proving it to you. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, that's 5 8s. This would be 6 8s, 7 8s, and 8 8s. So to point A is 1 8. Number 9, how many equal parts are shown on the number line? Do exactly what we just did. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what fraction names the point on the number line? Here's the point. Again, we have to see how many pieces there are. 1, 2, 3. So our denominator is 3 because there's 3 pieces altogether. So we have 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. So the point is 2/3. This is how we do it. 2/3. So we would bubble it 2, and then we use that little slash up there for the fraction line. Okay? We've seen that, we haven't used it yet, and that's how you use it. All right, so that's our review today. Your job, remember you're doing one of these independent practices every day. So we're going to keep whatever we do with these practice pages, whatever day we do for these is the same day we do for the warm-ups. So you didn't do one yesterday because you had your quick check. So you can X out 3. Unless you want to do it, you can. Your job today is day 4. Okay, we're going to do the same days. And when you have a quick check, you don't have to do the warm up. So make sure you are doing day 4. It's on the checklist. I'm saying it 100 times, and it's on the directions page. All right, you're to do day 4 and get it checked. There are only a couple extra problems, but every bit helps. And tomorrow we will continue on with our review.